Good morning, guys. Welcome back. And today we're going to do a whip and chat. And I'm Jen, and we're going to continue to work on my Dreamcatcher Wolf. That's for my daughter. And y'all are going to laugh, okay? I was going through making sure that that the video I posted yesterday, the True Crime Corner video, uploaded and so forth, and I realized that I did two whip and chats last week. Didn't know it. I feel like brainless. So anyway, we're going to continue to work on this. I'm going to talk about what's been going on this week or this past week and pull out whatever you're working on and just listen to me talk about my week. So it's early in the morning here. Yeah. Now, mind you, I don't mind doing being up this early in the morning because I usually am anyway for little dude, and so it's usually quiet, but not every morning do I get to, or do I always sit down to record a video at this time of the morning. It's like 9 o'clock, and usually by now I have usually about this time at 9 o'clock, I'm kind of still trying to get myself together and so forth. But I decided to go ahead and record this early in the morning since little dude is back there playing. Um, he's kind of just not playing, but he's watching cartoons and on Netflix, and he doesn't have school today. Well, he does, but he doesn't. So he's, trying to get himself situated this morning before we do all the not so fun thing of going through and checking school and so forth. So he comes out and he says, "You can record your video," which he was shocked because I'm not usually, recording, but anyway, excuse me. Time for something to drink. Need my coffee this morning. So, it's I don't want to say it's a beautiful day because it looks like it's going to rain outside. But I'm not a spring person. My season is more winter and fall. But yeah, I'm waiting to see. It looks like it's going to rain outside, but you just don't know. So let's see what's been going on this week. I know, what a way to start off. You just don't know what to say. um, so let's see. Where do I start? This past week has been pretty good. It's been productive, even though it's been kind of a blah um, week. I We have an inspection coming up. It's a yearly inspection, and which is kind of mandatory for where I live, but because to you know renew my lease and stuff, they always they do inspections. So that's kind of what's been going on this week, and I feel a little productive. Bear with me because it's not bright and I can't see what I'm doing here. There we go. Um, so yeah, I've been productive, getting things organized. Still trying to fight tooth and nail with Justin to him and to get his and Sky's room straightened up. And when she comes to doing the inspection, she doesn't go through and check, every nook and cranny and so forth. But I like to make sure that it's cleaned up and straightened up enough that, she can get to where she needs to get. Like, she's got to check the smoke detectors and so forth, all that kind of junk. And Why she would go in their closet, I'm not sure. But me just trying to get him to go through that closet is like, trying to pull um, teeth out of, I don't know, out of something. And he, it's not like he doesn't have a laundry basket, because he does. He just doesn't, I mean, he's a teenager, and he just doesn't think that I don't know. We're having this ongoing little battle about it, and it's driving me completely, totally bonkers when it comes to this. And I filled this up too full, so I'm gonna have to put this in the other basket, or the other bag. Who could ever think that you would fill it up too full that you can't fit drills into the container? That would be me. That would be what I would do. So we're having the ongoing battle of trying to make sure that he gets it all cleaned up and so forth. And he's cleaned the room. And Skylar has done, his little part of, cleaning it up and making sure that it is, he's been helping. And he can't do a whole lot because, I mean, the room is not that big. I mean, it's big enough for them to, have a bed and so forth. But there's not a whole lot in there for them to do. And you would think, okay, they don't have a whole lot of stuff in there, so they should be able to, not have to worry about a mess or so forth. Now, I'm going to tell you, Justin is a pack rat. There's no other way to describe it. And when I say that lovingly. I'll tell you that now. I say that lovingly. I thought I was a pack rat, but no. Justin is a pack rat. And I went in there yesterday to make sure that he understood that, he needed to do whatever he needed to do to get the bedroom straightened up somewhat. And Skylar, was like, okay, I'll do what I'll do what I need to do and go from there. And so Skylar did what I asked him to do. And Justin looks at me and he's like, well, why do I got to go through this closet by myself? And I told him, I said, well, you don't have to. I said, Ma, I will help you. I said, but you need to understand something. And he said, what? And I said, this closet is ridiculous. You cannot, this is just, no. You can't, I mean, there's clothes, and you just don't know, guys. There's clothes piled all the way up to, you would think, to the ceiling. That's what it looks like. And I told him, I said, I don't know what is in this closet. And he looks at me and says, clothes. I said, there can't just be clothes in here. I said, there's got to be other stuff in here too. Which, don't get me wrong, I doubt very seriously it's just clothes. Have I gone in there to look? No. So I told him, I said, you just need to, take it upon yourself to go in there and go through everything and make sure that you have everything, or that, there's nothing, just go through it all and go through the clothes that you don't wear, go through the clothes that, are dirty or whatever, because most of it is dirty clothes. I know it is. And he just looks at me. So, yeah, it's going to be a battle, but I told him, I said, we have to do this. And he just kind of looks at me like, okay, whatever. So it's And I told him, I said, if I come in there and help you, I'm not going to be the one doing it by myself. I said, you are going to help. So, and mind you, he doesn't like going doing all this kind of stuff. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just because, teenage boys don't like cleaning stuff out like that. I don't know. And because he asked me the other day why we were doing all this, because mind you, I started spring cleaning. No, I know. I said I wasn't going to, but I am. And so he wondered why I was doing this, and I told him, I said, well, number one, it needs to be done. Number two, Miss Kelly's going to come for the maintenance inspection, and I kind of want to make sure that everything is accessible to her, and she's not tripping over something. And I said, not like that. We have stuff in here that needs to be cleaned out and basically chunked or whatever. And he just looks at me like, really? I'm like, dude, sorry. I mean, got to do it. So, it's going to be a battle. I can see it coming. But I'm not going to let it, I'm not going to let it get me down. Because he just doesn't, I don't know. And I really think, he just is just, being lazy. But, I don't know. I mean, he's 19 years old. What do you expect? Going on 20. And I told him, I said, what are you going to do when you move out? I said, I hope to pray to God your room is not like, you don't keep your house like this. I said, because mommy raised you better than that. And he just looks at me like, I know. So it's, I don't know. I don't know if he's just used to me picking up after him or what. So we'll see. I told him before he left to go run to the store for me to get something that I forgot at the grocery store just a little while ago. I said, you've got to go do this room today. And I said, I'm not doing it. So he's up this morning, which I was shocked. I think that's why it looks like it's going to rain. Because he rarely is up this time of the morning. He's usually asleep. And because he has this one friend, and I've talked about this friend before, that doesn't care and is up all hours of the night. And especially if, now this is how bad it's gotten. His friend, if Justin doesn't answer his phone or doesn't answer a message on his Xbox right off the top of the bat, this kid will message Justin or call him or and drive Justin completely totally insane. It's like Justin can't have time to himself. And I told Justin, I said, he can't continue to do this. I mean, it's gotten so bad, guys, that his friend, this kid, has messaged little dude, and Justin's still asleep, or Justin could be sick in bed. He's messaged little dude to get him to wake up Justin. And the other day that he did this, and I didn't know that this was happening. So when Skylar came out to me and told me what had happened, I said, why did you go in there and wake him up? Deltario wanted me to. I said, excuse me? And I kind of flipped out, and I told Justin. He came out here, and I looked at him. I said, I said, this is uncalled for. And Justin's like, what? And I said, do you know why Skylar woke you up? No, I don't know. I said, Deltario wanted him to wake you up. And I said, I'm going to tell you something. I said, I don't appreciate that. And he, I guess he said something to his, to Deltario, his friend. And I told him, I said, look, I said, he needs to apologize to Skylar. I said, because number one, little dude does not need to be doing his dirty work for him. If he can't be patient and wait for you to get up, then, there's a problem. And it's not just during the day, it's at night. There'll be times that Justin wants to go to bed, or he's already in bed, and he gets woke up. Okay. He gets woke up because because his friend wants him to play with him. And it makes no sense. And he blows my poor child's phone up like it's I don't understand. And Justin already knows how I feel about this friend of his, but Justin's 19, so I can't really make a big deal about it. Well, I can, but does it mean that Justin's going to listen? No. Because, this guy is the only friend that Justin has really had all through high school and all through, and it's just, it's whatever. So, anyhow, so that, that's been our little whatever this week. And I mean, it's been productive. I've never thought I would, I don't like spring cleaning. I just don't do it. And because it's just, I don't like doing it. And not that, that makes me lazy or anything. I just don't, it's a lot of work. And, I live in an apartment, so I really don't have a whole lot to spring clean. And I decided that I was going to do that this past week. And let me tell you, that's been an experience. Because there's stuff that I didn't even realize I had. And I'm still trying to get stuff organized in the process. And it's going to be one of those things where it's going to take a minute to do it all. Because let me tell you, when you want to organize and you want to, clean and all that stuff at the same time, it's a lot to do. It really is. And I know I don't have, the kids have helped a lot, but I just don't. It's a lot to do all at one time. I know. Like, really, Jennifer? Why do you explain? I mean, I don't go into the whole thing of taking my blinds down and washing them. I do take my curtains down and wash them. But let me tell you, it's crazy. And, the kids are like, why do we gotta do this? Miss Kelly's not gonna look. Well, that may be. But still, it's gotta be done. So, yeah. Anyway, so now I got all that done. Kind of rearranged. I didn't really rearrange. I just, because I got my cross stitch stand last week, and I was going to use it, and I realized that the way that I had everything set up, I had to move everything. So I've moved everything. But now, of course, when I bought it, I didn't realize that I need there's a clamp that comes with, that you can get to go with the with the cross stitch stand for the bigger, scroll rods, or the bigger, okay, those are all upside down. Really, Jennifer? I have sat here and fixed my drills to where I thought they were all upside down. Ugh. And obviously they weren't. So now, sorry. So anyway, I need to buy this clamp. Now, I was just going to go ahead and just buy the clamp. Now, mind you, it would have been, if I do that, it's going to be almost $100 for the clamp. That's not counting, that's counting taxes and shipping. So, I found out that I can use, the shelf liner that's bumpy. Now, I didn't know this until somebody else had told me. So, I've got to go get me some bumpy shelf liner or moleskin. And I don't know where to get moleskin at. Anybody knows where to get moleskin at, please let me know below. Because I've never heard of this. But anyway, and there was something else that somebody told me and I forgot. And anyway, going all off topic here about that. So, I had to, rearrange my stitching corner. And I might still have to rearrange it because I realized yesterday as I was stitching that it's a little top heavy because of my Q-snaps. So I'm going to have to find something to put at the base, on the base of it, to keep it from falling. And I think, I could be wrong, I think there are 2 textbooks here that were Justin's from when he was in school. And I think if they're still here, I'm going to see if those work. Because, yeah, went to go sit yesterday to stitch and it went flying. And I couldn't really actually sit and cross stitch because I had put some medicated cream on my hand, and I didn't want the cream to get on my stitching, so we'll see. But I'm gonna fix that as I go because I just, believe me, it's been like I said, it's been productive this week, which is good. So I'm gonna make sure we get all that done. And of course, now my vacuum cleaner doesn't work. Sitting here vacuuming yesterday, don't know what the deal is, and it wasn't picking up. And I thought, okay, so now I've got to go through that and figure that one out because I need to vacuum. My floor looks a sight. You don't want to see my living room floor. It looks awful. But it's been pretty good around here. I just have been trying to get caught up on stuff, and diamond painting kind of took a back seat along with stitching. I did do some stitching last week, but it kind of just took a back seat just because I've been trying to get everything straightened up around here. And like I said, I really think I'm bitten off more than I can chew, but we'll see. We will, get there. And because by the time I go to sit down to relax and stitch, I'm so wore out, it's not even funny. And the kids laugh at me because they're like, really? Because I've been, like I told you, like I shared with you guys last week with my about my depression and stuff, there were times that I just didn't care. I just didn't like. I was like, you know what? I don't really care. And I thought that that was part of my problem. And so I've been busting my butt this week because yeah. So I today I'm kind of not doing a whole lot of anything. I do need to go through the stuff in my room. You just don't know. I'm scared to go through that. I don't even know what's in my room. And I sleep in there every night, so I don't know what all's in there. I know there's cross stitch stuff, and I'm still trying to find some kind of storage thing for that. But it's all good, guys. I got this, I think. I mean, it's just I never realized how much crap was in this apartment. And I'm just not an organized person, and I'm trying to fix that, but it's hard because I don't know how to explain it, but it's hard to be organized. And then I even have that problem when I'm trying to especially with my planners, because I don't work. I don't go outside of the home. But, I do have my happy planner for my stitching and other things. But it's really hard, and I have to get into the practice and the routine of making, getting planning stuff out, because I don't do that. I just don't ask me why. I don't know. Of course, I've been told, well, why do you need a planner if you because it's just easier for me. So I have to make it so that it is easier for me, because yeah, I'm just not good with this kind of stuff, guys, believe me. And my parent, and that's funny because I was raised to be organized like that, but I don't know why it's never really kicked in. I don't know. I'm trying to learn as I go, which doesn't always work. So, yeah. Um, I will tell you something that funny. Well, I don't know if you want to consider it funny. I guess it is kind of funny because I did laugh about it after the fact yesterday. I was going to go check the mail yesterday, and little dude, was like, because I asked him if he wanted to go with me to check the mail, and I needed to run to the store, and I didn't get to do that. But, and that will become clear in just a minute. So, anyway, I was going to go check the mail, and I was walking out, and there was this stick. I thought it was a branch. It looked like a branch, but the stick was about this long, maybe longer. And, and it was in the middle of the sidewalk. Well, I didn't know it was there until after the fact. So, I had stepped down off the step onto the sidewalk. Well, when I did, my left foot went out from underneath of me. And I really truly thought I had sprained my ankle. And believe me, it felt that way. And I kind of just like I kind of screamed because I ended up going down onto the sidewalk. Now, there were people outside. They were waiting for their kids to come out of what kids go to school. They were waiting for their children. And I was in tears, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm holding my foot. Everybody's looking at me like I've lost my mind or there's something wrong with me. Nobody wanted to help. So I get up, and I'm limping. And I kind of got ignorant, and I made the statement, well, I'm okay, thank you for asking. And I went on. And nobody bothered to see if I was okay, help me up, or anything. And, which, okay, they didn't have to, but it was just the point. So I came upstairs. I really, really thought that I had sprained my ankle. I twisted it really bad, pulled a muscle down, pulled a muscle that was, it's a muscle that's under my ankle bone. Don't exactly know what that's called, but I couldn't tell you. All I know is it hurt like a bitch. And I was like, okay. So I sat here yesterday kind of just like in pain. And Sky's dad called me yesterday after the fact. And I guess he didn't know. And I was like, what do you want? Because I was hurting to the point that, I just couldn't take it anymore. And he's like, I'm sorry. What did I do? And I said, you didn't do anything. Sorry. I hurt my foot. And he was like, well, do you need anything? And I was like, I guess. Why? And he says, well, I'm over here at the 7-Eleven parking lot. Okay. So, I told him, he, asked me if I needed anything. And I said, sure. And he brought what he needed over. And he says, well, can you make it down the stairs? I said, I don't know, but I'm going to try. So I limped all the way down the stairs. And he kind of laughed. Now, he wasn't laughing at me. He was just laughing because, hey, we're old. And there's not much we could do about it. So, we kind of, we're all falling apart. So he just looks at me and he was like, what did you do? And I told him. And he says, well, where is this branch? So I showed it to him. And he says, and he says, well, he says, and you didn't see it? I said, no. I said, that's the point. I said, I didn't even know it was there. And I said, and it wasn't like, I said, I don't normally pay attention to when I'm walking down the steps. I said, I shouldn't have to. And he says, and of course, the same people were still outside. And he's like, and nobody wanted to help you. And I was like, nope. And so, he did that. And he got me an ace bandage. And I had the ace bandage on my foot yesterday, just to make sure that, it didn't swell up. Put ice on it. And it was the good thing is I did not sprain it. I thought I did, because I have weak ankles anyway. So I thought I sprained my ankle. I was ready to have this big goose egg of an ankle. But I didn't. I was shocked. So that was the good thing. And I was, grateful that I didn't have to worry about that. But it was not fun. And of course, I told the kids and they were like, how is it that you could just walk down the stairs and you just hurt yourself? I said, well, it runs in my family. Because my grandmother was the same way. She could walk down the stairs and she could be walking down the stairs and then all of a sudden she'd be flying down the stairs. And my dad has weak ankles too. So, yeah, it's not uncommon in my family to have that problem. So, yeah, that was my excitement for the day. And not that I considered it excitement, but yeah, it was not a fun thing to happen at all whatsoever. So, but let's see. I've been catching up on stuff on TV. You guys know I love Law and Order, SVU, and Law and Order, all the Law and Order shows. The only one I don't really like is Criminal Intent. So those of you that, are like me, that watch Law and Order, know that um, on SVU, Elliot is coming back. And, well, I've been playing catch up on Law and Order SVU. And mind you, I don't particularly like um, the episodes after season 12. Don't ask me why. But so I've been playing catch up and I'm really excited. I know my kids call me a geek and call me a nerd because I love these shows. But so I'm really excited to be, I can't wait for tomorrow when that comes on. And of course, my kids look at me like, why? It's a good show. I mean, I can't wait. So now I don't know exactly what happens or what's going to happen. I don't know if he's like what his deal is. I can't wait for his show to come out, which is that's one reason why he's coming back. So I'm really excited. I don't know if I want to watch SVU because I'm afraid that it's not going to turn out the way I hope it does, but you never know. We will see. So yeah, I'm a big nerd when it comes to that kind of stuff. But but we're getting cable, I hope soon. Sky's dad is supposed to be getting us cable, and he's gonna take me over to the cable company and get me, get it fixed up and pay for it, because he was going to do it himself, but I called the cable company and they won't allow him to um, to um, to do it in his name, or do it for me. In other words, do the account for me. In other words, him go in there himself and him set it all up in my name. I have to be there. So he already told me that when he's ready to go over and do that in the next couple of weeks, he's going to get it signed. And I told him, I said, you don't have to do this. I mean, it's not like, we're suffering. And he says, no. He says, I want little dude to be able to watch Cartoon Network and so forth, because right now he's watching shows from on Netflix that, he would see on Cartoon Network, like Ninjago. And I told him, I said, well, it's not like, we're stressing about it. I mean, we do have the Roku box, but, some of the apps, like I think it's the Cartoon Network app, I have to have cable. Anyway, that makes a lot of sense, right? And so it was his choice, which, I don't have a problem with that. And I told him, I said, well, when you hook it, when you go to, when we go to do it, I said, you can pay for it, but it's going in my name and I can take care of the bill. I said, because I don't need you thinking just because you do this that, I have to be whatever in with you, because that's just not going to work. And he's like, no, I want to do it for my child. I was like, okay, fine, whatever. So, and he's not working right now. He's on medical leave, and he hurt his ankles. Yeah, right. Believe me, when he showed me his ankles, I felt bad for him, because not his ankle, his knee. His left knee is like as big as a baseball bat, or big as a basketball, excuse me. And he's on crutches, and he when he told me this past weekend, I was like, wow. And he's like, yeah, I had to put myself on medical leave and so forth. And he said that he was, I guess, he thinks now his knees were already bad. And he thinks that it's from all the extra hours also, because he's been pulling extra hours since, he got the all clear from his doctor about his cancer. So he's kind of wrong multiplacer, and he's kind of been busting his butt, but lately he's been trying to he's been working extra hours, and he thinks that's part of it. So something about he doesn't have a kneecap anymore. I don't know. I'm not sure how that. I don't understand that, but he's on crutches. He can't come up the stairs, so we have to go down to him, and so it's been interesting. This has been one of those weeks where, yeah, but he's been doing an awful lot lately. I don't know if it's because he's, on medical leave, and that now he can try to spend more time with Sky. I don't know if that's why, because of the hours that he worked. I don't know. I'm not sure, but he's been, coming over a lot lately and doing stuff for Sky, which, like I said, I don't have an issue with that. I just don't want him to think that because he's doing all this, that, that means that, he and I are in a relationship, because, I've already explained that to him, that ain't happening. So it's, and of course, and I told him yesterday on the phone, I said, now, I don't want you to be doing all this stuff, and then, all of a sudden, you don't show up after, spending all this time with him, and then all of a sudden you just decide, okay, I'm just not going to show up, or you tell him you're going to show up, and then, we're not doing it. I said, because I don't need him getting upset. And he, not saying that he's like that type of person, but yeah, I just don't want that to happen to my child. So I already had one child that happened to, and I'm not going through that again. So, good grief, guys. There's really not a whole lot to talk about this week. I think that's all I have to talk about. That's it for me. So thank you guys for watching, and I really appreciate it. I appreciate all the support, and I apologize for the two Wip and Chats last week. Wasn't trying to do that. Don't ask me why that happened. I have no clue. So I hope everyone has a great week. Happy Wednesday, and I will see you all next time.